Hey, what's up, y'all? If you guys are interested in seeing a movie on what it looks like when two significant others get a bit too clingy with each other, then look no further. Because Dave Franco and Alison Brie star in this movie together. It's rated as a horror movie, but yeah, it's a bit more than that if you ask me. I'm looking forward to telling you more about it. With that being said, this is El Camino, and welcome to my Flip Report. So yeah, Dave and Allison played this couple by the name of Millie and Tim and whatnot. And yeah, man, Millie gets this job to teach in the countryside, which is a few hours away from where they currently live. And Tim decides to, support her in her endeavors, in spite of his music career kind of falling on the rocks and stuff. And in spite of an awkward situation that happened at their going away party, which I'm not going to mention, but I'll tell you right now, if I were in Tim's situation, yo, the movie would have ended right there. That would have been it. End of story. But I digress. So yeah, Millie and Tim get settled into their place and they decide to go hike around their property grounds and stuff. Unbeknownst to them, there's a cave around there and they decide to hike on a day when it's raining. They fall into this cave and they end up spending the night in the cave. And yeah, man, they end up drinking the cave water. All right. Never drink the cave water if you're in a cave, all right, spending the night in there. That's all I have to say. And yeah, man, the story pretty much progresses from there. So yeah, I will say this. This movie is definitely more of one of the original horror movie stories that I've seen as of late. And it goes without saying that there is a lot of symbolism in this movie when it comes to the couple's bodies pretty much clinging together and whatnot and having a hard time getting apart from each other, which is in relationships, can be symbolic of who am I without this person or whatever, or is my identity, pretty much intertwined with being with said person and stuff. So they touch on that a lot in this movie and stuff. But yeah, man, like the way they weren't able to stay away from each other. Like I'm not gonna say who wasn't able to stay away from who, because in some parts it was Tim's character, and other parts it was his fiance's Millie's character as well or whatever. But the way things ended, man, you guys are gonna have to see for yourself. This movie, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It was weird. I liked it, but it was weird. It might not be everybody's cup of tea and stuff. So I'm gonna give this one a hybrid rating of a Tembleque with Chuleta tendencies. It really does, it really comes down to what kind of horror movie goer you are. Like some people are saying this is the best horror movie of the year. I am not going to say that. I will say it. I will say, as far as the storyline goes, from what I've seen thus far this year, it is the most original or whatever. But the scariest movie that I've seen this year was Bring Her Back. I have not seen a movie scarier than that yet. That one was outright disturbing to the point where I had to pray before and after I saw that movie. This one doesn't necessarily give me those kind of heebie-jeebies and stuff, but I appreciate it for its originality and stuff. And yeah, man, the way they were able to put everything together visually and stuff. So yeah, once again, El Camino rates this movie together, starring Dave Franco and Alison Brie. A Tembleque with Chuleta tendencies. It's out in theaters now, and I encourage you guys to see it, man, and formulate your own opinions. With that being said, you all have a great night and God bless. Peace.